this is, I guess, what's in this box, but it's kind of different, because we're talking about something you guys have seen a lot of, which is these various howitzer grenade launcher things that we've become so fond of. And this was the first one. This is the one that I started referring to as Betty Blooper, and my partner in crime, Alan, decided was like Betty from Archie Comics, which is fine, whatever. So then he decided that Betty was funny, and there was another variation with, the shoulder stock that looks like the old M79, and he decided that one was Veronica. So when he started planning all these shells, all these beautiful 3D printed shells that he's made, he started naming them after Archie Comics characters. So the Mega XL variant, the one that was most important to us at the time, because we were getting ready to go to passive with a single weak point, was Archie. And when Archie slots in one of these, he's got some oomph. Pretty good. But it lacked one thing we were really looking for, even after putting a piece of K17 in it and ramping that power curve up. And that was the fact of this one, even if you remove this stock and do some cutting, it doesn't mount under anything very well. And we wanted to be able to master key it. So we started looking at other options that they had. Like I said, we had Veronica, and Veronica was pretty good. But it wasn't under barrel mountable either. And then we found this one on Temu. And it opens to the side, like the Russian grenade launchers, which is pretty cool. And it had this shoulder stock. And when I was looking at it and we were talking about it, shooting back and forth on Discord, I said, I bet that's just pick rail. I bet we can just slot right into that with a piece of pick rail. It'll be no problem. And so we got it, and it's one of those, right? It resembles Picatinny rail, but it isn't. Now, that didn't stop us from loving this one and immediately beginning work on a adapter to mount this to a rail, because this form factor, fabulous. Really, really good. And it's got a very direct plunger assembly, so there's very little concern about it breaking. And then today, another one showed up. We've bought a lot of these. And that was this one. The 203 Howitzer. And this is, for our needs, well, our desires, probably our best option. One, you can already get mounts that will mount Picatinny to Picatinny, and I've got a couple floating around. But most importantly, this one's got a button right here for the release, and it's not spring-loaded. You push it down and it slides open, like the grenade launcher used by U.S. forces. And then you can slot a grenade in, close it, and as you close it, it then becomes the priming handle. Which means, unlike all the others, this is essentially a direct prime action. You're pushing against an armature. There is an offset, but there's no gears inside. And then to reload, you just open it up again and go again, exactly the same way, which is pretty ideal for our needs. So we're going to put a K17 in this, see how it does, and you'll probably end up seeing at least this one, and due to how much we like the design, the Russian one, mounted under our blasters coming up, be it at Mall Madness or Passive next year or whatever. These are really good for getting that anything goes last shot, be it something to deal with special ammo restrictions or just to have a shotgun load of half darts slung under the barrel to clean things up at the last moment. I like these a lot. We've had really good success with them, and we'll be listing them in a limited fashion on the Etsy store, pre-modded, ready to go. I think we're going to start with a Veronica that we bought and developed during testing, and I'll just be real with you, we're not going to use. And if there's enough positive feedback and desire, we'll continue to mod a couple of them periodically and list them for sale. So, the various howitzer type products found on Amazon, Temu, Wish, AliExpress, they're all a lot of fun. They all use basically the same mechanism. It's the same tube, different armature. And they all fire the same Talonaxe Armory shells. So head on over to the Etsy store and pick those up. Thank you very much.